Okay, let's get all the subscribe nonsense out of the way. Subscribe, you know where the button is. There's also a podcast as well called Not Another Marketing Podcast. Check out the link to that in the description. That's it. I'm not going to do any more begging. Okay, so why schedule Instagram stories? Okay, there's a number of different reasons. You might be working in marketing and you might have a load of campaigns that are pre-planned and kind of ready to go, but they're not ready until like 3 or 4 weeks, a couple of months later. And you want to schedule all your social media posts, including your Instagram stories. That's one reason. You might be going on holiday and you just want to keep your social media a little bit busy, so you might want to schedule some stories then. My podcast, I tend to work 2 or 3 episodes in front of myself on that. So what I tend to do is kind of like schedule all my posts and everything, stories, Twitter, Facebook, LinkedIn, everything. I do that like weeks in advance. Okay, so this is my Instagram. As you can see, I don't use it that much, to be fair, just post podcast episodes. But being able to schedule stories is really, really useful. By the way, if you want to kind of like follow me, you know, I'm begging for followers here, just begging. Okay, let's dig into Zoho Social. If you don't know what it is, it's a social media management tool. It's pretty darn cool. I think there's a free version. But to get all the fancy features, you do need to pay. But it's very cool. There's a link to Zoho Social in the description, okay? And it's a little affiliate link, so it kind of gives me a tiny, tiny little bit of commission just so I can buy myself a coffee once a month, if that. I find it really cool because I can kind of like manage my social media ahead of myself. I can schedule things, and it's really useful. So what we're going to do now is basically schedule a really simple Instagram story. So at the top where it says new post, there's a little drop down button there, and we click on Instagram story, and we get a fancy pop-up appear. Now there's 2 choices, right? You can upload kind of like an image, a story, whatever, upload something directly and schedule it. Or you can create a story. We'll do the create a story thing in a bit. Let's do the upload. So click the upload button. You get a choice. You can upload from your computer, from your desktop, from the media library, because Zoho Social comes with its own media library. There's a cloud picker, so you can upload images from like Google Drive or OneDrive and connect those into Zoho. Or a really cool feature is basically you can design an Instagram story on Canva and kind of just drag it straight in. All right. So what I'm going to do to save time and fussing around, I've got something already prepared. So I think this is an Instagram story here. Let's just preview it quickly. So that's like a podcast episode story, which I do. So I'm going to select that. And then this one here is another podcast episode one. I'm going to select that as well. So you get the idea. You can select multiple images and then attach them to your story, which is pretty cool. They appear like that. You can also move them around. So if you've got like half a dozen slides and images, you can just shift them about however you want. You can preview them and see what it's going to look like when it shows up on Instagram. You can add a caption to the story if you want to, and you can edit it as well. So you've got a basic little image editor which we can crop things. We can even add stickers if we want to, so we can kind of like add a sticker if we want and make it bigger and turn it round and position. You get the gist, don't you? Let's get rid of that. Right. Okay. So once you've uploaded the images that you want to use in your story, you've added your stickers and your text, and you've got them all in the right order, you can then schedule it. So there's a smart queue slot, which is what I tend to use, which basically tries to learn who's active out of your followers on social media, right, at a particular time. And then it says, you know, this is a good idea to schedule at this particular time. There's a queue function built in, but if you want, what I tend to do is set it for a specific date. So you can choose, I don't know, 22nd of November at 11:14 a.m. Right. Okay. And then when you hit the schedule button down here, that story is scheduled. Now, one little thing which I will mention is that when you schedule stories, you need to have the Zoho Social phone app on your phone. right? And you need to have Instagram on your phone as well. Because what it does is when it goes live, it actually sends you a little bit of a message, and you just have to transfer the image from the Zoho Social app to the Instagram app, and then just press the story button at the bottom and it goes live. Simple as that. Okay, right. So that's uploading images. Right, the second option for sort of like scheduling your story is to kind of create one directly, in the web browser in Zoho Social. So we click on create, and then what you can do is you get quite a few different options. We can change the background color, whatever we want. We can upload a photo. So what I'm going to do is, again, I'm going to pick the media library to upload a photo. I'm going to scroll down a little bit because I'm sure I've got, where are we down here? Let's pick this one. I think this is Instagram's. Yeah, that looks Instagram story size. So we'll pick that one there and attach it, right? And then what we need to do is we basically just need to drag this out a bit and make it fit the right size there. Okay. So that looks a little bit better. Let's just move it around a little bit, like so. Quite like the background. I'm going to change the background color a little bit. Something, oh, that's better, isn't it? Yeah, that looks a little bit nicer. I quite like that. Okay, so then you've got options then if you want to. You can add some text, so you could just like add text, and then you can drag it around and move it about and, do whatever you want with it. And we can add stickers. Everybody loves a sticker, so we can just stick a sticker on there if you want to. Yeah, I'm going to get rid of the sticker. You can also add some filters. It's a whole bunch of filters, so we can change things. You get the gist. We can fuss with this as much as we want. And when you're finished with it, you just click save. And then it's the same process to kind of schedule it. You can add more slides, obviously, more images. And if you want to schedule it on a particular date and time, you just schedule it. Pick the date and time and hit schedule. Dead easy. Now, you might be thinking to yourself, well, if I've scheduled all sorts of different things, how do I see what I've got scheduled? Well, that's dead simple, right? We just go to posts at the top here, and then we can hit our little calendar link on the left, and we can see a calendar. Okay, so we can see I've got my podcast episodes for the next couple of weeks actually all scheduled. There's 4, 5, 6 different posts there going out about a podcast episode, and another 6 there. We can actually move things around as well if you want to. So you can actually drag stuff around to different dates if you want to, which is pretty darn cool. So this is how you get to see what you've scheduled into the future. And if you click on one of these little posts here, for example, you can actually edit it, and you can do a few things with it as well. So that's basically how you see what you've got scheduled. Okay, that's it, short and sweet. If you've enjoyed it, don't forget to subscribe. There's a link to the podcast in the description, a link to Zoho Social as well in the description. I also do some training as well for Zoho Social, so if you need a little bit of a hand with it, let me know. There's a link to my website again in the description. Thanks for watching.